In the quiet suburb of Wilmington, North Carolina, where the salty breeze from the coast mingled with the scent of freshly mowed lawns, Judge Andre Colston had sought refuge from the chaos of his courtroom life. His brick two-story house stood as a testament to years of hard work, a sanctuary filled with memories of his late wife Janice's laughter echoing through the halls, her carefully planted hydrangeas blooming along the fence, and the countless family gatherings that had turned ordinary evenings into cherished moments. Andre, at 54, was a man of measured words and unwavering composure, his days spent presiding over cases that tested the boundaries of justice, from petty thefts to heart-wrenching felonies. He believed in the sanctity of home, a place where the weight of his black robe could be shed like an old skin, allowing him to breathe freely amidst bookshelves lined with legal tomes and history texts, framed photos on the mantel capturing smiles from better days, and his favorite worn armchair, where he unwound with a good read. But peace was fragile, and it began to crack with the arrival of Colleen Markham's scrutiny. As the HOA president, Colleen wielded the neighborhood bylaws like a scepter, her clipboard a symbol of authority that she carried with the fervor of a zealot. Short grass only, mailboxes in one shade of black, no porch lights past 11. The rules were her gospel, and she enforced them with a precision that bordered on mania. To some neighbors, she was the guardian of order, ensuring the cul-de-sac remained pristine. To others, she was a nuisance, her tight-lipped judgments turning casual waves into awkward avoidances. Colleen's first encounter with Andre set the tone for what would become an unrelenting campaign. One evening, as Andre watered his plants under the soft glow of his porch light, she approached with brisk steps, her eyes narrowing as if he had committed a grave sin. "Judge Colston," she said, skipping any semblance of courtesy, "your porch light stays on too late. The bylaws state 11 p.m. You're disrupting the neighborhood." Andre set down the hose, his easy smile masking the surprise at her abruptness. "Evening to you too, Miss Markham. It's for security. It shuts off around midnight." She shook her head, her lips pressing into a thin line. "Noted, but I'll have to report this." What might have been a minor exchange lingered in Andre's mind, her tone carrying an undercurrent of something personal, as if his very presence offended her. He had faced defiant defendants and stubborn attorneys in court, but this felt different, intimate, invasive. As the hours of that single, fateful day unfolded, from the early morning when Andre reviewed case files over coffee to the afternoon when he returned from the courthouse, the buildup of Colleen's obsession replayed in his thoughts like a relentless loop. Weeks of petty complaints had accumulated, each one chipping away at his sense of security. A letter about hedges exceeding regulation height arrived shortly after their initial meeting, followed by another criticizing his mailbox color. Andre had laughed it off initially, sharing the absurdity with his friend Marcus over the phone. If this is her biggest issue, the neighborhood's too perfect, he joked, but the humor faded as the letters piled up. Neighbors noticed too. Linda Garvey, the retired teacher 2 houses down, whispered at the mailbox, "She doesn't bother anyone like that except you. It's strange." Colleen's actions escalated beyond paper. She positioned herself to watch, scribbling notes from across the street, her evenings filled with walks that inevitably paused in front of Andre's home. One Saturday, as he clipped roses, she appeared with her phone, snapping photos of yard waste. "You know the rules," she called, her voice sharp. Andre straightened, shears in hand. "I take care of my yard, always have." Before he could say more, his friend Victor pulled up, diffusing the tension with his broad-shouldered presence. "Lady, he's got the cleanest yard here," Victor said, but Colleen stormed off, her flush of anger revealing the depth of her fixation. Andre's sister Sharon visited often, her concern growing with each stack of letters she saw on his counter. "You're a judge handling high-profile cases. This isn't just rules, it's personal," she warned while they shared dinner. Andre stirred the pot, pausing. "I don't want to assume the worst, but Colleen's mutterings at HOA meetings, he thinks he's above everyone, made her hostility public. Neighbors overheard her during walks, her words darkening. "He doesn't belong here." Andre confronted her directly, knocking on her door. "This has gone far enough, it's harassment." Her response chilled him. "You think this is about you. You don't belong here, not the way you think you do. Your robe won't protect you here." The day wore on, and in Andre's mind, the memories intensified. He installed security cameras for peace, but they captured Colleen lingering at midnight, staring. His nephew Julian asked bluntly, "Why don't you just move?" Andre replied, "This is my home. Easy isn't always right." Friends like Victor urged caution. "She's under your skin. Protect yourself." Sharon documented everything, sensing the malice. At an HOA meeting, Colleen's outburst, "Good deeds don't excuse violations," targeted him openly, but Andre remained silent, his calm a shield. As the sun dipped lower, Andre reflected on how home, once a haven, now felt besieged. The hydrangeas Janice planted, the driveway where his nephew learned to bike, the cookouts, all invaded by Colleen's shadow. He mentored young attorneys, attended church for solace, but the tension pressed like humidity. Colleen's obsession shifted from annoyance to danger, her pacing turning hostile, her words laced with prejudice. By evening, as Andre sat on his porch, the seeds of her hatred had rooted deeply, setting the stage for the inferno that would consume everything. The humid air of that July night thickened as Andre reviewed sentencing notes, the lamp casting shadows across his desk. The house was quiet after Sharon's departure, the faint hum of cicadas outside a deceptive lull. At 2 a.m., a crackle pierced the silence, smoke seeping into his bedroom. Andre woke coughing, disoriented, the hallway filled with gray clouds. He grabbed his phone, dialing 911, his voice hoarse, "Fire at my address." Crouching low, he escaped through flames devouring walls and memories, stumbling into the night, clutching his briefcase. Neighbors emerged. Linda screamed his name, pulling him to safety. Sirens wailed as fire crews battled the blaze, water clashing with roaring flames. Andre watched barefoot, his home collapsing into rubble. Janice's hydrangeas charred, photos melted, armchair gone. Victor arrived, gripping his shoulder. "You okay? She did this." The fire marshal confirmed arson, accelerants near the fence. Andre knew, Colleen, as the day progressed, from dawn sifting through ashes to afternoon investigations. The events unfolded in a blur of shock and revelation. Detectives Ortiz and Dunlop bagged evidence, soil samples, a melted gas can nozzle. Andre's cameras showed Colleen's SUV circling. Neighbors' footage confirmed plates. Sharon handed over documented complaints, letters, photos, mutterings. Linda told detectives of Colleen's pacing. Something bad was coming. Pauline heard her say, "He doesn't belong here." The neighborhood buzzed, teenagers whispering, "She's crazy." Colleen stayed shuttered in, but a warrant revealed her gas can matching the accelerant. Arrested quietly, she lifted her chin defiantly as handcuffs clicked, neighbors watching in disbelief. Linda muttered, "Evil." Victor to Andre, "Dangerous." Andre felt hollow, holding a charred photo of Janice and Julian. Justice takes time, fair even for her. Media vans swarmed the courthouse by morning, but the investigation pressed on. Dunlop updated, DA moving fast, felony arson, hate crime. Andre asked, who presides? Realizing it was him, we've got a problem. The ruins stood taped off, casseroles arriving from neighbors, but the smell of char lingered. Andre wrestled internally, his pain personal, yet justice demanded impartiality. Sharon supported, you don't have to. But he resolved, if justice isn't tested when hard, what's it worth? Witnesses shared stories, Victor on Colleen's escalation, Linda on obsession, evidence stacked, footage, cans, testimony. Colleen's arrest photo showed defiance, but cracks appeared. Andre picked through rubble with Victor, she'll pay, but dignity held him steady. As evening approached, the aftermath solidified. The community reckoning with how rules became weapons, obsession turned violent. The inferno had destroyed brick, but not spirit. Now the courtroom awaited, where victim and perpetrator would collide. Monday's courthouse buzzed with media and neighbors, the gallery packed as Andre entered in his robe, composure masking turmoil. Bailiff, all rise. Colleen shuffled in shackled orange jumpsuit, freezing upon seeing Andre at the bench. Eyes locked, her color drained, his unreadable smoke memories flashing, tension charged, whispers rippled. Her lawyer, eyes on me. Andre, be seated. Arraignment began. Defense noted conflict. Andre, noted, but proceed. Plea, not guilty. Gasps, Andre neutral, stung by denial. Charges outlined, arson, damage, hate enhancements. Colleen smirked briefly, unsettling Andre. Recess in chambers. Sharon urged recusal. Personal. He, justice must be tested. Trial accelerated. Evidence clear. Footage, accelerants, testimony. Fire marshal described spread. Andre's chest tightened. Defense poked holes, but jury unconvinced. Linda testified, obsessed, muttering. Victor saw her go after him. 911 audio played. Colleen blanched. Sharon watched tearfully. Andre ruled fairly, denying mistrial. Proceed. Final arguments. Prosecutor, hate turned violent. Arson, not murder by luck. Defense, stressed, misunderstood. Jury deliberated briefly, returning guilty on all counts. Sharon relieved, neighbors prayed. Sentencing, Colleen weary. Andre, you burned my home memories for hate. Justice is truth. You chose violence. 22 years, parole after 15. Outside, reporters swarmed. Andre lost a house, but risked losing neighborly trust. Hate grows unchecked. Confront it. Evening at ruins, Sharon stayed true. Neighbors thanked with handshakes. Victor, courage. Andre, choosing not to let fear decide. Story spread, lesson clear. Obsession destroys, justice rebuilds. Don't look away, stand up.
If you liked this story, please like, subscribe, and share it with others so they can learn something from it too.